Hello, and welcome to episode 2 of Cooking with Ed. In episode 1, I showed you how to make a chicken dansaki curry type thing and rice, but you can't have a proper curry without a naan bread. So today, I'm going to be showing you how to make naan. Now, naan is normally made using a tandoor, a clay oven. I don't have a tandoor, so I'm going to show you how to make it with a simple frying pan and a grill. First thing you need to do is get some yeast.
Have we started yet?
Yes, we started. Of course we started. I haven't been talking to the camera for no reason.
Sorry, you couldn't let me know. I'm meant to be doing the second camera here. Okay, carry on.
It might be even more exciting because Steve has now actually remembered to plug the microphone on the camera in.
I only forgot that once.
So I'm filling up a bowl with about that much warm water. To the bowl, I'm going to add yeast. You need to do this small bits at a time. Mix it in as you go. If you pour too much in, it just clumps. It's exciting, this, isn't it? If you've watched episode 1, you will know that I don't weigh out ingredients or put exact measurements in. I just shove the stuff in and see what happens. Once the yeast is mixed into your water, you need approximately a teaspoon of sugar. What this does is it activates the yeast. Too much sugar, it will destroy the yeast and it won't work. Right, so that is now good. I'm going to leave that for approximately 10 to 15 minutes until I see like a scum on the surface. Then I know the yeast is activated and we're ready to actually make our dough mix. Perfect time for a Guinness. Hello again, I'm back. So, my yeast has now activated. As you can see, it's got that layer over the top. That means the sugar has activated the yeast and it's ready to go and it's time to start doing my dough. The dough is very, very, very simple. All you need is some plain flour. Most people measure this out to exact weights. I don't. So I'm making 3 naans here. So I need about that much flour. People say put a well in the middle and then you mix it in gradually. Bollocks to that. And then just mix it all in. And this is where it just comes down to sort of experiments and practice. You just, what I'm going to be doing in a minute is turning this out onto the board and then kneading it. So I want a mixture that's not too wet, not too dry. Something that I can knead quite easily. Get all the yeast activated water. Now that's looking a little bit too sticky for my liking, because I'm going to put my hands in this in a minute and that's just going to completely stick to my fingers, so I'm going to put a bit more flour in. What you will find is it'll look quite dry, but once you start kneading it, it then becomes sticky again, so you will be constantly adding flour to it until you've got it at the consistency that you like. Now that's not looking bad at the moment. It's still a little bit sticky, but it's not bad. It's all coming together as a ball now. It's not a big sloppy mess. Still a little bit more, I think. Right, that's just about good enough to turn out. A little dusting of flour. And with nice clean hands, cleanish, turn out on the board, and then we start the kneading process. As I said, it's going to become quite sticky, even though it looks quite dry at the moment. I'm going to find myself adding quite a lot of flour to this until I get it to the consistency that feels good. I want it sort of elasticy, and not sticking to my fingers. And that's not feeling bad already, feeling a little stick. If you find it sticking to the board, again, a little bit more flour around like that. You might notice what I'm doing here. I'm using the ball of my hand to push forward. I'm bringing it back, turning it through 90 degrees. Doing the same again. Back 90 degrees. Forward 90 degrees. The annoying thing about making this is you really need to work the dough. By working the dough, I mean you need to knead it for at least 10 minutes. Builds up the muscles in your arms. And as I'm kneading that, I can feel that's getting sticky again.
So you're saying we're going to be here for 10 minutes and you're doing this?
Yes.
I don't really need to stand here for this bit, do I?
No.
Well, I'm going to have a Guinness. See you in a bit.
He's going for a Guinness and I'm doing all the work.
See you in 10 minutes.
Fine, yeah, thanks, pal.
Are we there yet?
Yes, we are. So now I've got a lovely bowl of dough. As you can see, it's not sticking anymore. Not sticking to my hands. Hands are clean-ish. But that is exactly the texture I want. You want it slightly springy. That's cool. So what I need now is a bowl. And what you want to do is align your bowl with a little bit of vegetable oil. Only a little bit. Swirl it all around. So you can do one or two things. You want oil in the bread to add to the flavour of it. But also, you'll find that when I turn this out on my cutting board in about 45 minutes, it'll fall out nice and easily. So now I'm going to do what's known as the first proofing, because I want that to rise to about double the size. So you get a clean tea towel, cleanish, get some warm water.
What do you do with the warm water?
I'm going to put the tea towel in warm water and then cover the dough, which keeps it moist.
Oh, right. I probably would have known that hobby listened here.
Yeah, I don't think I mentioned it yet.
Oh, okay. Not that I wasn't listening anyway. So.
Yeah, fair enough. Nothing new there, isn't it?
No.
Right. So I have a nice warm cleanish tea towel. And all I'm going to do is drape my dough with clean tea towel. And that should keep that nice and moist. The time is now just gone 5:05, so about 10 to 6. That should have swelled up to twice the size, in which case I can do the second proofing, which I'm going to show you how to do when time is ready. In the meantime, after all that hard work, I'm back. Welcome back to Cooking with Ed. Let's have a look and see how our dough is going. It should be rising. That has risen beautifully. That is about twice the size as it was before, which is what we wanted. You finished, it's not very exciting.
I was waiting for you to continue.
I was waiting for you to get out of the way.
Well, you didn't tell me I was in the way.
Alright, so a little bit of flour. And then just tip the whole bloody thing out. Like that. And see, because I put the oil in the pan, the pot, whatever you call it, it's come out in one beautiful shape.
It's a dish.
Okay,
Or
a dish.
a bowl, actually. It's a bowl.
A bowl. That thing.
Yeah.
Right, now this is quite important. We don't need it anymore. So what you do is you very, very carefully shape it into a rectangle. I'm just applying a light bit of pressure down and then trying to stretch it. Because what we don't want to do is break it up at all. There's a very complicated scientific reason why you don't do this, which I read about and is very, very interesting. However, I cannot remember for the life of me what it is. But what I do know is you just gently pressure down, squeeze it out. There's basically sinew, so I'll do a little bit here don't want to break those. Probably can't see that, especially with my hand in the way. Yeah, you don't want to break it like that. Just want to keep it in one shape, like that. So you push down gently, then fold it back over on itself. Spin it around through 90 degrees. Do the same again. And just stretching it out very gradually. Again, fold it over, spin it around. It's just feeling nice and moist and nice and supple. And every single time that I fold it over, it gets firmer and firmer and firmer, which is what we're looking for. One last time. And there we go. So what I'm going to do now is that is going to go back into whatever we decided to call this thing in the end, a bowl or plate.
A bowl. It's called a bowl.
It's a bowl. That goes back in there. I'm going to get my clean-ish tea towel moist again. And yet again cover it up. This is called the second proofing, apparently. And we're going to leave it for yet another 45 minutes. And it should rise up again, and then we can actually start the cooking process. In the meantime, what do I do? Drink Guinness? Hello again. Welcome to the next stage of making naan bread with cooking with egg. Right, as you can see, our dough mixture has risen exactly as I wanted it to be. What I'm going to do is lightly dust the board with a little flour, and then because I hold the board, it just pulls out like that. Get your rolling pin, and this is rolling up beautifully and smoothly now. No resistance. Flip it over every now and again just so it keeps get a bit of flour on it. Doesn't need a lot of rolling, just get it to the thickness that you want, which for me is approximately 7.5 mil.
You just made that up, didn't you?
Yes, I completely made that up. Haven't you noticed, this is the second video I make everything up.
I'm a slow learner.
Right, and then you have to very, very accurately, this is very important, very accurately cut it into exact naan shape sizes. Like that. And another one, I don't know, something like that. And another one, let's be creative. You do that.
You're doing the rest of it?
Nothing.
Okay.
What you can do with leftover dough, though, you can quite easily put it in cling film, you can freeze it, put it in the fridge, use it again. Right, what I've done in the meantime is I've heated a frying pan up with vegetable oil to make it very, very hot. What we're planning on doing now is searing one side of the naans. I can hear it sizzling away. I need to keep a very, very close eye on this because I want it seared but not burnt. I want it to be like a dark brown colour but not black. In the meantime, I'm also preheating the grill. I'm heating up to 150. So I'm just going to leave that for a few minutes, checking on it quite regularly to check that I haven't burnt the underside of it. But the idea of this, because we put yeast in it, it's obviously going to rise during the cooking process. But by searing one side of it, it means that it can't expand downwards, it can only expand upwards, which is what we want. We get the nice, puffy, beautiful dough. I hope. So I'll let that sizzle away for a minute.
Waste the whole minute, are we?
Well, as long as you like.
Okay.
We can keep checking, it'll take a bit longer than this.
Oh,
but,
fair enough.
yeah, not seared yet.
Alright.
Let's see that, still doughy.
Okay.
I want to wait until it's like a dark brownish colour. So this is going to be the exciting part of the video, isn't it?
I'll probably speed this part up.
You can speed this part up. Yeah, don't blame you. What I've also done in the meantime is I've prepared some egg wash. So once I take this off the frying pan, I'm going to put some egg wash over it, keeps the bread moist. I'm also going to then coat it in cheese.
Cheese.
Steve likes cheese.
I'm very fond of this one.
And then put a load of poppy seeds over it. Then it's going to be grilled. And then should be ready. Is this an exciting video, Steve?
This is all going to be sped up.
It's all going to be sped up, right? Okay. What you might notice now is that the bread is starting to puff up. This is the yeast activating the bread. So it is now starting to swell even on the frying pan. It'll swell up even more once I've got it under the grill. Hopefully now my grill is heating up nicely. Yes, it is. I can almost go with that. I can definitely go with that. And I can definitely go with that. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for, not burnt but seared. So go there. And what I'm going to do is give it an egg wash. All this is beaten up eggs. I've put nothing in it. It's just beaten up eggs. So I'm going to brush all over. I'm going to get my cheese, which I prepared earlier. I'm going to spread evenly over there. So look at the others. Yeah, that's good enough. Again, egg wash. And let's have a look at our last one. Should be ready now. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's what we want, the nice dark brown colour. So there, just turn the frying pan off. Okay, looking good. Last ingredient, poppy seeds. Sprinkling all over. I like to put quite a lot on myself. Okay. There we have it. These are now going to go under the grill. It's only going to take about 5 minutes. Right, those can go under there. I'm going to keep a very close eye on them now. You can see them rise up and you're going to see them brown off. And the cheese is obviously going to melt. And as soon as that is done, we're there. That's how you make naans without a tendal. Good elf. Hello again and welcome back to Cooking with Ed. Right, I've left my naans under the grill for approximately 7 minutes 47 seconds.
Again, you're making this up as you go along, aren't you?
I always make it up as I go along. The best cooking is done when you make it up as you go along. Let's have a look, let's see what they're like. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
That looks good. Smells lovely as well.
Now that is a proper looking naan bread. Who needs a clay oven when you can do something like that with a frying pan and a grill? All you need now is a curry to go with it. If you want to see how I make my curry, watch Cooking with Ed, episode 1. Thank you for watching, hope you've enjoyed it. There's going to be many more to come. Over and out.